Tista season double standards are running rampant, my niggas. Pair that up with some internet influence, and I really think you got yourself a mess. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, I think we gotta address the elephant in the room. Charlie Clerk's death. Now, niggas, was it sad? Look, I'm not gonna tell you how to feel about this personally, but nigga, my empathy only goes so far, okay? It's only so much death I could really give a fuck about before I'm just kind of desensitized and I turn my brain off, you know what I mean? Was it deserved? Nigga, no, okay? I think we could all agree that a nigga yapping, good or bad, and I'll get into this in a little bit, but good or bad, I think a nigga yapping doesn't really warrant a nigga getting shot in the fucking neck, okay? But I've noticed that throughout this nigga's death and, you know, them kind of postering it everywhere, there's kind of been this level of like, you know, oh, don't joke about this, or oh, don't disrespect this nigga, or oh, you can't even make a meme anymore. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? What happened to the America I used to love, nigga? You know what I mean? Like the niggas that still fucking joke about literally anything, okay? It didn't matter if the fucking nigga was slightly good or slightly bad, okay? We had every nigga that has died, bro, I feel like has been slandered, or at least like it just doesn't go too well, okay? Besides this nigga, right? I feel like the government made it their duty, nigga, their duty to not have anybody slander this motherfucker, bro. And I'm saying this because they try to fucking mint bro on the fucking quarter, okay? And then they also try to they're also trying to pass a fucking day for the bro that's about to come up in a couple weeks here. So it's like, bro, really, bro, who is this nigga, bro? Who was Charlie Clerk in the grand scheme of things? Was this nigga just a regular fucking YouTube influencer, fucking, you know what I mean, podcaster ass nigga, or was he something bigger? Don't get me wrong, bro, but we parading bro like he was a fucking president that died and shit. Niggas is giving him fucking lore feats and shit. Oh yeah, he was actually set up. He was right. He was set up right perfectly to become the president of the United States in a couple of decades, bro. What the fuck? Who is this nigga, bro? Some say that he's, you know, he's a puppet for the alt-right. Some say the nigga was just genuinely the smartest man ever to touch the earth. And some niggas really just agreed with bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't really do shit about that, okay? Listen, I can't change niggas' minds, alright? It's not my fucking job, right? But I think despite differences, radical or non-radical, you get the chance to hear somebody speak and flesh out their thoughts, you know? And I think for the viewer, the audience, or the listener, that is the most important thing that somebody could give to you in that sense. And the reason why I say that is because a nigga that is fully telling you how he feels, exactly why it is, the reasonings behind it and everything, I think that gives you an opportunity to kind of either move the fuck out the way, or, you know what I mean, yap back to bro and tell him, you know what I mean, actually you're kind of fucking wrong here, there, and there, you know what I mean, have a convo with bro. But I think more importantly, it actually gives you a warning, you know what I mean? If you hear a nigga blab about some hateful, degenerate shit, bro, you know what I mean, the nigga was, and I'm not even saying Charlie was doing this, but I just mean just in general, that gives you the opportunity as the listener to really kind of brace yourself, if that makes sense, in any way, shape, or form. And I think that's very important, you know? I don't have to really protect yourselves from how these certain influencers or grifters and whatnot kind of utilize the dog shit that comes out of their mouths to influence you. Yes, you nigga. Talking exactly to you. No, not that nigga, you nigga. So for me, it's just, if I hear some hateful rhetoric, whether it be to anybody, bro, I'm kind of gonna take this with a pinch of salt, bro, and be like, nigga, you retarded or crazy a little bit, okay? You know, it doesn't matter how good you can speak, all right? This is propaganda at its finest form, damn near, bro. You know what I mean? It's just niggas coming up trying to give you all good points and da-da-da-da-da, but then whole time, those points will actually lead up to the destruction of one group of people over the other in the 10-4. And it's like, bro, all in all, if you mix it together, you can kind of see where the disconnect and the disunity, disorganization, I don't know, bro. Anyway, you can see where niggas are getting split, right? And I think for us to stop that split, we have to kind of, like I said, bring back a little bit of critical thinking, especially when we consume so much content of niggas' differing ideas and shit and compare it to your own, you know what I mean? And I think the best way to kind of steel yourself against shit that comes at you is to protect your own ideologies, you know what I mean? Nigga, you probably value something. Nigga, you probably have beliefs. Nigga, you feel me? You probably have something already set up to where you want to follow, you know what I mean? And I think we let certain people kind of get too much say over over how we think or over what we think is bad and this, that, and the third. And I think the way that we could all come together would probably be just to cut that shit out. And you know, I always find it surprising that some political creators, especially the weird ones, nigga, like it'd be the fucking first source for some people when it comes to news and shit, you know? And I think that's fucked up, bro. That's where the problem starts, in my opinion, bro. You're just consuming without thinking. Nigga, the mind is so strong, but at the same time, fragile. I think politicians and political content creators like Charlie Clerk try to infiltrate your mind and make you see the world how they see it, you know what I mean? Something's going on that really isn't, or there's actually a very much hurry up ass attitude about, you know, trying to get shit done and, you know, moving these niggas up out of here and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, bro, there's only so much that a human being could just take in of that information before they just kind of go fucking batshit insane or just completely numb, you know? And I think that's something that niggas need to kind of look out for, if that makes sense. I'm probably yapping right now. Let me stop. Bro, okay, this video has kind of gone longer than my usual vids, but that's okay, right? Because we're still gonna keep the episode going, all right? Because my next section here on this video is just to see how niggas react, okay? Now, you can actually get a lot of information based on how a nigga reacts to a situation. Now, look, this nigga died. You can accept that, okay? Funny, not funny, who gives a fuck? The nigga died. We got to see how our government moved, first of all, bro. Niggas came out the woodworks. God damn, niggas came out the woodworks. Started blazing, bro. You cannot shut the fuck up about, bro, for like a good 2 weeks, bro. This nigga got spammed on all our pages and everything. And the 10-4, you had niggas sliding. You had niggas sliding for, bro. Who the fuck? Yo, listen, and that's besides the point, okay? Let's look at how his wife took this, my nigga. Now, there's a lot of conspiracies going on how bro died and if it was really them other folks, okay? You know who I'm talking about. If it was really them or not in the 10-4. And, you know, I like to conspiratize too, you know what I mean? I think there's definitely some level of truth in, like, every like 1 out of 10 conspiracies probably has a fucking truth to it, right? So, I'm not really too against the idea of this nigga probably getting set up in the 10-4, but it's just the simple fact on how everybody moved afterwards. Like, niggas started quickly ushering in a new little, they try to set a new wave so fucking fast, especially with trying to mint bro onto the coins and his likeliness and then giving him a whole day in the 10-4. And, you know, I found it, the double standard thing I was talking about at the beginning of the video, that's when I found it at its most, like at its height, okay? Because here is a person and here is a group of people that did not give a fuck when George Floyd died. And, you know, and even then I could give you that. You don't have to give a fuck about him dying. But at the same time, the way you guys took his death and memeified it, okay? Because I was in high school. A lot of niggas around me, black or white, did memeify the fuck out of George Floyd. But it seemed like to me there was obviously a game that was won there, you know? This nigga, this is a very, very cruel act of a nigga getting murdered, you know, police brutality in the 10-4, and here we are, we're all just making a big laugh and joke about it, and you know what I mean, the 10-4, and oh, the nigga died with Fenton, you know, so it was interesting for me to see how when he died, when Charlie Clerk died, how the narrative kind of switched, where it was like, okay, we can't joke anymore, we can't make memes, we can't talk about it, we can't disrespect, we can't even utter, bro, get the fuck off, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Shit got me so annoyed, bro, because it was like there wasn't a sense of this much grace for fucking George. Nigga, there's not gonna be this much grace for Charlie. I'm sorry, bro. This is the internet, fam. Nobody's gonna take shit that serious, okay? And even to the ones that do, you already know that this shit was not gonna be as serious, you feel me? And you know, I feel like they didn't do themselves any favor, personally, okay? Because who fucking films an open casket funeral where your nigga just died and he got assassinated and it's a bigger plot in the 10-4? What are you doing? Why are you making this instantly so, like, public? Like, yeah, he died in public. I'll give you that, but you publicized everything, though. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes shit of you attending his funeral, and then not only that, but you sitting next to this, being next to the chair in the 10-4, and it all felt kind of so, it felt so forced, but also it kind of felt orchestrated, like, yeah, when he dies, this is how we're gonna move, and you know what I mean, in the 10-4, and then the bitch had a fucking WWE fucking opening. My nigga's like, let me just edit this up for you and tell me, like, this isn't perfect, okay?
Unfortunately, everybody grieves differently. It's a process that, not one person shares with the other.
Yeah, nigga, I'ma kirk the fuck out you next, gang. Listen, bro, okay? You gotta realize, bro, we can at least kind of be like, that's a bit suspicious, ain't it? Okay? Because after the nigga dies, you're telling me his bitch goes on a world tour. She's finally taken over the Turning Point USA and her nigga's legacy. And then, you got Donald Trump coming out of nowhere. And you gotta keep in mind, bruh, she was actually one of the pageanteers. What the fuck do you even call a bitch that be in the pageant, bro? Okay, she used to be one of the contestants at Donald Trump's fucking beauty pageants. Okay, nigga, shit gets deeper. But look, bro, you and his niggas decide to take over his fucking show. And then not only that, you guys don't even fucking pull in the same amount of views as when bro was alive. So, like, what do we do now? You know what I mean? It's clearly something ain't adding up. All right, something just ain't adding up. But that's all I got for today, my niggas. This shit is kind of getting dragged out a bit too long. Be prepared for the next video. I still want to keep doing this internet and interpersonal relationship ass shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, stay tuned, niggas. Let me know what you guys think, bro. This shit. Just let this nigga die out, bro. Let him rest in peace, okay? Let him rest in peace, okay? The nigga dead. He not with us. Can't do shit no more. It is what it is, bro. Feel me? Let's all learn from him. You're gonna do better.